past couple of days, we have been doing everything wigs with Wigging It with Phaello featuring Garnier and L'Oreal. And I'm so excited to be showing you an in-depth wig installation. Now, we have done bold cap method. We have covered how to take care of your wigs, how to take glue away from your wigs, like everything you can imagine regarding wigs, we've taken it out. We've got our class captains for the days, and we just had so much fun with this series. I'm so excited now to show you how to do a wig installation from beginning to end. So think about this video like this. This video, you can take it, watch it while you are doing your wig installation. So we're basically doing the installation together. I'm not alone today. I'm with the amazing Natasha Thahane, who will be my model for the day. Let's get into this video. Hair. Okay, Natasha, do you want to say hi?
Please, you're the host. Go for already hosted today.
No, literally, just have to introduce yourself.
Hi guys, my name is Natasha Thahane.
Full stop.
Full stop.
Let's get right into it. Okay guys, so how is our wig installation? Like a bold cap method. We've done this before. Now we're going to be doing an in-depth tutorial on your bold cap method, and then in installing the wig on her, right? So first things first, all the dirt or gunk or whatever you would have on your skin or your face, rubbing alcohol, or because we've got our main sponsor, which is Garnier, some micellar water as well, which works well. What type of skin tone do you have?
Combination. Oily,
Combination. Who oily guy, who dry guy?
Yeah.
That's where it's oily.
And here.
Okay. So most of the time, I did mention it on one of my videos, that when you do have oily skin, your wig typically doesn't last longer because the oil and the glue just doesn't go together. So most wig removers have oil in them. So that oil removes the wig itself. So if you've got oily skin, your wig will not last as long as a person who's got dry skin. So what I'm going to be doing now, I'm using micellar water just to basically clean whatever is on your forehead. So you did have gel.
Yeah.
So just to make sure we've got a clean surface to work on. So the main thing with what we're doing now is to make sure that wherever we're working on, whether makeup or all these things, because the minute there's a lot of products on your hair, it will affect how long your wig installation will last. So just keep a clean mind, clean hand, clean forehead, everything when you're doing your installations, because 9 times out of 10, that's what affects how your wig will look, right? So as you can see, micellar water is literally taking everything
all
off.
The like jam. But home.
So I will advise that the pink one. The pink one is much advisable for this one here, because when you're using the brown one, because the brown one has much more of an oil conveyance.
Yes.
So you don't want that. The oil one, it's much better when you are removing your wig, because it helps removing the brown one. I don't know what it's called.
The oil-based one.
Yes. So that helps perfectly with removing your wig. Let me just,
yes, because it removes heavy makeup as well.
Exactly, yeah. So I'm just going in again and again to make sure that our hairline is clean, and where we're gonna put our wig is clean.
Got it.
So another tip as well, if you wanna, that's what we should be all doing, is to put some hair oil or whatever you'd use for your hair to make sure that your hair is moisturized underneath your wig, so that you have, healthy hair while we're still putting on plasticky masket. So now, what I'm doing now, I'm just gonna use a bit of air to dry it up. Okay, so I'm happy with where we're at. So on my previous videos that you've seen on the Wigging Out series, I always show you to take away the flyaways kapele di khobe. So now Natasha has, did you relax your hair?
No.
You've got very fine hair kapele. Is it like again, baby hairs, they're thinner than, God's favorite people, my skin. So mine normally, or 90% of the people's hair, it's coiled up kapele ka mona. So if you don't use any kind of gel to remove that coiliness or to make it straight, glue it'll tshwara dikgobe essentially, and now it's going to be a hard ball of glue on your forehead, and you don't want that. So now we're going to use gel. This gel helps remove that from the front. Okay, so what I normally do, just to minimize everything, not to put too much product, but not too little as well. Just use your fingers to take this back. And because we don't want too much products on your forehead when we're doing the installation. Have you installed a wig by yourself before?
Yes, I enjoy doing my own hair. I braid my hair. Great, 2020 COVID just caused a whole lot of things. So I enjoy braiding my hair, and I enjoy installing my wigs as well.
Okay.
Especially if I'm just around the house.
Yes.
Obviously, I get a professional.
Yeah, and it's good to know how to install your hair. I get it. Like, even though you go to salons or whatever, that little knowledge does actually help with your installation processes. If mutanza weza noto shomo, you can always say, no, that, that's not right. Let's do something right. So after I get the gel, I'm going to go in again with my micellar water and just clean the excess gel that I would have on the forehead. Like I said, cleanliness is literally next to godliness at this point. You need to make sure that it is clean everywhere you go, but also not messing up where you've put the gel already. So this is the part where the glue will go in. Okay. So now our prep is done. Bold cap method, right? So this is the bold cap I'm using. The bold cap is quite light. Because we're going to be using an HD lace, it's advisable to use an HD bold cap, right? There are other types of bold caps, but this is more advisable because it's much more thinner and it won't see through the lace as much as a normal penthouse. Like the they don't look good, so that's what we don't want. Okay, it's very thin. It's like very thin black, right?
Oh, so you just cut the
no, you buy this. Yes.
Sorry.
So what you do when you wear this, you wear it from the front to the back, because now we don't want to hinder that process. Okay, and now I'm also putting this belly hanyani because we want our ears to be covered, right? So these ears need to be covered like that. I know we're going to look weird for a couple of minutes, but we're going to be good.
But the skin is skinny. We look weird.
The skin is skinny. Hashtag Garnier. So what we're doing now is using the scissor to just cut a hole by our ear. I cannot say I've done this a lot of times, trust me. So by the ear, we just want a small hole that will make our ear fit. Okay, so the bigger your ear, the bigger the hole. And then more Italian thing, just cut there so that it does not make I don't know what they call it, when it ruffles. I think that's the word. So just make sure that you cut where it ruffled instead of just now making another hole that will just make it look bad. So you've got your ear cut this side. This helps with the making the wig cap secured when you are going to now put the spray on and stuff. So you need the wig cap to stay in the same place so that it doesn't move around when you've installed or put your glue on it. Okay. So now,
I've never done this method. I think that's why Hairline glue on the hair.
No. Glue, like the main glue or the spray.
Coffee.
Yeah, so that's the thing. When you're using bold cap, so there's two reasons why we do the bold cap, two main reasons. The first reason is to protect your hairline. So got to be glue or any other spray glue is not glue. They call it glue. It is hard gel. It's gel that's just a harder formula. That's why you only use water to remove it. We don't need anything else to remove got to be glue. Exactly. So now there's glue where the wig can last even 2 weeks even. That's the lace glue. Shucks. That you need to...
I can't sleep with the wig on.
You see, that's the thing. I can. Some people can't. Yes. So sometimes I wear 4 or 5 wigs because of filming. And I have to put it on and off. So I always have to use micellar water or whatever to remove it. So the removal is very important. So assembly, let's start doing bold cap method because your hairline is a very important miscut. So now I'm going to go in. It's going to be cold. I'm sure you know the feeling. So I am quite generous with it. So I'm just going to use one of the cotton pads that has micellar water on because it does tend to drip. So as unzweza fela ha bona ka ya wela, just use the micellar water.
I'm
good with this.
You keep using it, so might as well just hold it for you.
I'm good with this one here.
Give it diesel and oh, girl.
Cold. Okay, so be generous with it. Don't use a small one. I know it is a skis. Last one. Okay. Okay.
So
I'm happy with that.
So I can remove it with.
That removes with water.
Okay.
So when you do your installation, when you do your removal, remove the alcohol or micellar water. So when your wig is off, 9 times out of 10, it was
with the wig cap. Okay.
If it does not come out with the wig cap, because sometimes you'll put the glue just on top of it, you then go in gametes and then it goes off.
Okay.
Yeah. So now we're going to be using our hair dryer. We're going to be putting it on cool air. On this, even though it's not glue, we just don't want any hot air with any kind of chemical, because I think it activates it, and just generally my wigs don't look good. Right? So this process will take about 5 to 10 minutes, but you just need to make sure that the glue is entirely dry. Don't like 95% sure of it. Just wait until it is 100% dry, and then we're going to go into the cutting. Yeah? Okay, so when it is fully dry and we are confident it's dry, we are now gonna take this up a bit. So this part just helps to just show you right? And also if you've put too much glue, it just helps with where your bowl cap will end. Okay, so don't be scared, take your time, because now you should be okay. So be slow with it. Okay, I told you. Be slow with it, take your time, pull it up a little bit, there we go, a little bit, okay, okay, you see, so we just have a little bit of a canvas here to see. I'm just going to go a little bit higher here as well. Is it so? Okay, so if it is so, but to be sensitive, because normally I just like, maybe you can because I'm used to it already. So you can just use your micellar water just to go in the front of it to just loosen up the glue itself, and then it just goes up. Yeah? But 9 times out of 10, guys, it's not a thing. You just literally pull it up a little bit, and then it'll be right. Okay. Just please don't put too much glue on, too much micellar water on where your glue is, because it will lift the entire thing up. So just lift it kapele fela mo o batlang e phahame teng. Okay.
That's better.
Yep. Okay. Okay. So now when I'm done with that, we are now going to start with the cutting process. It's just safer, it's easier, and especially when you're doing it by yourself, because this is such a thin material that we're working with. You need to be careful of what you say. I'm just going to go in with a bit of hair dryer, because we did put the micellar water on there. Okay, happy. So now we're going to go in and cut as close as possible to where the bowl cap right? So now just take your time, cut it in sections. Be careful not to cut your skin.
Please.
Please. I've done it once before. That's why I razor, because a lot of people use a razor.
Oh,
so it's very easy to cut your skin like that. Now I'm just going to come from your back. I'm just going to cut this like that. I'm just using the tip of the scissor. I'm just cutting my way down. So the main thing was so you basically bold now. Now we've got a canvas to install our wig. Yeah?
Let me tell you, I actually want to cut my hair like very short.
Is it? And then away dye?
Yeah, then get dye.
Yeah. Have you had short hair before?
I've had short hair. I always cut my hair. I just cut my hair a few months back.
Is it?
Yeah, even on the commercial, yeah, Garnier.
Yes, I think I saw it, yes.
But now it's a bit longer.
But unalisho is smart, so you don't have a problem. SpongeBob, because I don't have, straight. So SpongeBob was my name. So now, what we're gonna do is just clean the excess. from the glue that we had, ne?
Yeah.
Okay. So now this part here is optional that I'm about to show you, and the only reason I'm saying it's optional is because we're going to be putting on a wig on. But looking at glue anyway on top, you don't have to do what I'm about to show you, but then I'm going to just show it anyway for professionals that want to just fix their bowl cap method, because some people have the installation or the bowl cap it's more for like the more artsy makeup. So babata like the, you know, those I don't know what they call, like not the normal makeup, the makeup is yes. So most people start with bowl cap methods so that they turn into a certain character. So I'm just gonna
yeah.
So before we even go there, I'm gonna tuck this excess material at the back. It's either you can cut it or just tuck it in. Like there's nothing happening at the back because we are putting on a 13x4 wig, so it's an ear to ear. The back does not matter unless you're doing a 360 wig. Then we would have pasted the back as well. Okay. So now I'm going to just show you what I was speaking about in the front. So the same method I'd use in melting.
Have you done a 360?
No.
I feel like
just
it always
don't like
lifts.
it. Yes.
Yeah, at the back.
We always moving, so it doesn't make sense to me. I'm glad we agree on that part. 360. So now I'm going to be using our got to be glued as well as just any surface thing that you'd have to just decant it on there. Ne? So this is the same method we're going to be using when we're doing our melting method later on. Okay, can you just hold this like that? So a lot of material, a lot of product on our hair when we're doing this. Ne? Just be careful, skin.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go in and dip my product on here. You guys have seen me do this a million times. Some people have even stolen it as if content. I'm putting it on the wig cap itself so that it just hides it, and then I'm going in with cool air. Away from you. So now this is not where we end. We're just going to go in again, the hair dryer, just to make sure that it's completely dry. So now with a HD HD bowl cap, right? Because it's so thin, in only these little parts more thing, you're gonna see this nine times out of 10, right? Just go in, high dry. Don't hold this when it's wet.
HD or
HD. So there's an HD wig cap. There's an HD wig lace.
Okay.
Right. So it's not no. So there were those other wig caps sitting.
So you're the first person to get a couple.
No, it's been there. I actually brought you some. Did they?
Oh, really?
They're actually like 20 rand, guys. Go downtown and make sketch.
Also like the
HD, but it really works so much better. Gadi wiki, any kind of wig. It doesn't even have to be an HD lace. It works better, just because
it looks really nice already.
It really works well. So what I'm gonna do again, guys, I'm gonna go in kipumule. I always have to constantly just wipe. Okay, so I think this is where it's just perfect to use something like micellar water that's not too harsh on your skin, because if you're going alcohol, it might affect people with sensitive skin. I normally use either or depending on how I'm feeling on the day, but 9 times out of 10 I prefer micellar water. Good look at the hair dryer just to dry that part so that it doesn't lift. Okay. So now we've got our bowl cap on, right? What we're going to be doing now is tinting the bowl cap, because underneath the lace, bowl cap might just come across looking grey. I want to know it looks a bit grayish. So if you install your wig, so now we're looking at a color that sort of looks like your skin tone. A shade darker is much better than a shade lighter.
Okay.
Does that make sense? So rather go a shade darker if it's a foundation, it's on a skin tone. So how? Because we want that illusion. The wig comes from your scalp. Because now I get it.
What lace?
Exactly. So, but what we're doing now is that we're not going to be putting this product too much where the glue is. So we're not going to be going over it. So we're just going to leave maybe 1 centimeter of the part because we're going to be installing it glue and too many things on the glue. So we've already put got to be glue. Now go kenya deep foundation go deep, and again now we're going to put the other glue, so we don't want that. We're going to minimize as much layers as possible. So we're only doing we did the got to be glue, we wiped as much as we can, and now we're going to go in with the glue. That's going to make a much neater installation and a much longer lasting installation. So I could look at this brush, it already has makeup on, and the only reason I'm not even showing you me dipping it in, you can literally use your makeup brush that you use how in makeup, and that excess can tint this bold cap. Okay, so just go around, take your time with it and just tint it so that it has that color that will seep through your lace. Take your time with it.
How long does it take you to install your hair?
Less than an hour actually, just the hair only. Yeah,
less than an hour.
Because I know what I'm doing as well.
Yeah.
What takes long? It's the waiting of the glue to dry.
I see.
Yeah.
So it's even worse.
You're not hey. So you know what? You can even use a fan. To be honest, it's just that it's gonna take. No, like a hand fan.
Oh, your hand fan.
Yeah,
okay.
It can work. It's just that it's gonna take much longer, especially with the spray glue. The other glue doesn't take long. It doesn't take long to dry. It just takes long to lay, so that how laid and you know.
And then will it get sticky? Will it
And this concludes our bold cap method. We have colored our hair as libona harai kalara kapele. We left a bit of space on there so that when we do our installation, where it's not going to hinder it. And yeah, now we're going to get into the installation. Did you learn something with the bold cap?
I did, but what I want to know is this makeup.
Well, maybe it would. That's why I haven't had that experience because of the glue is hindering it from it. I get it. Don't forget to put a bit of glue.
Okay.
But it might. I'm not going to say no because I'm 100% sure that it's not going to be there. So they might be there. So maybe on this occasion you'll have to wash your hair from the shower.
No, actually, it's fine. I'll keep
micellar water. Okay. I'm happy with that. Okay, so now we're looking at in the installation. Okay, you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, so when we're doing the installation, because I've been wiping you so many times, now you are clean. Guys, I'm one of those OCD people. Yes. No, I've dipped it already. I'm literally one of those people who are very OCD when it comes to cleanliness of wigs, because the minute it's not clean, wiki how high last it doesn't look good, and there's
Forgive us, please.
I'm tired of these bubble gums, and what literally causes that is the build-up. That's all it is. So please
is it having your wig for like longer days, or
it's having your wig longer days,
too much glue,
and then when it lifts, somebody just adds glue on top instead of cleaning first that area, and then you do the installation again. So never put on glue on top of old glue, because that's when the build-up is. You need to be clean with it. No, you know, when you do something, do it well, and you'll be fine. The minute you don't do something well, it's about tata fail. Okay, so now the wig that we're going to be using is from LaSilky Kloset. Thank you so much for giving us this wig to try on today. I've used this wig before. You guys have seen me. I've done a tutorial on it. I think it's a 28-inch wig. I will put all the details of this wig on the description below. So how first things first, you're going to cut this lace at the back. You don't need it. I don't even know why they put it on there. Just cut it. It's not a thing. It doesn't have to be complicated. It doesn't even have to be included in this video, but I'm just mentioning it just for the fact of. So how I did show you on one of the episodes on how to measure your wig to fit your head, because some wigs they don't look good, so you need to make sure that your wig fits you. So that's why they've got all these little compartments inside your wig. So these things here help you to make sure that your wig fits. Some wigs have an extra rubber band inside to just make sure that there's a secure hold in it, but my issue with that, sometimes it adds on more speed bump, so it becomes a lot.
I've got a small head, so I always need
yes, but there are companies that will get your head measurement and get a wig that fits you properly. So that's much more advisable for me, because wiggy high fit when so just get a wig that is your size and it works well. Some companies unfortunately don't have wig sizes or size options. You just have a machine-made wig, so you'll have to do with what you have. Okay,
but you can adjust it.
Definitely can adjust it
inside.
Kamarao, yes, you play around with it. You play around with it, but then that's like on another professional level. Mara kontlung, what you can do is here. So if wiki there's actually a video on how to do it. I've got all those things on the Wigging It Out series on my platform. Okay, so now we've measured it already before the video. We know that the wig fits. We just need to put it on. So when we're putting on the wig, from the back to the front, because we don't want to mess up our bald cap area. Okay, so now I'm gonna it's very different when you are installing a wig on somebody else. How do you want to go through? Okay, okay, and just pull it forward. Yeah. Okay, can you feel it? Is it comfortable?
Oh, this color is so beautiful.
It suits you. I think it's your color. Okay. So the main thing with your wig fitting, sorry my babe, right in your face. The main thing with the wig fitting, we'll fix all the flyaways, don't worry about it, is that it needs to be flat when you install it. So now, because so Natasha, guys, so it wouldn't make sense if we get that's when your wigs start looking wiggy. It doesn't look like your hair. It starts where your hairline does not look like you. Okay, it does not. It doesn't imitate what your hairline would look like typically. Ne? So we try our best so that ekale more thing, and the guideline for that is the bald cap method that we did.
So keep us pong.
Exactly. So it's a different chat when your hair starts at the bottom here. It's a whole different chat, a whole different ball game. We're not even going to get into that because that's a very rare situation. Well, not rare. There's less people that have hair than like the normal hairline. So now the wig fits properly. I'm happy with where it's sitting. You hardly see the bald cap because it is HD. Okay. So what I'm going to start by doing is making sure that everything is sitting well, that the wig is in the middle. So take as much time as you need on this point, because if you change anything here, it's going to affect how your wig installation is going to look like. Ne? So I'm happy with where we're at. So all the flyaways. So we're going to use our spray. Guys, please don't use hairspray. Don't use got to be or a harsher spray because it's and it's skunk. So how can you how you woke up like this is yours? So tell me if you've seen people eliminated. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't look good. So the minute you put products that's going to make your hair lay down, you've laminated it or you put like sellotape on it, it just doesn't look natural. So we're going to be using hairspray for this to just take the hair back. So on 90% of the time I would do this on a mannequin head, right? But because we were here filming, I need to do it on your head because you are our mannequin, Kajin.
Okay, girl.
A pretty looking one, Sana. So I'm just taking this away. And I'm still using cool air for this. Okay. Happy? So now
I can. So you use hairspray. You don't use mousse. You don't have to use mousse.
You don't have to use mousse. Also, mousse, I feel like it's too much product on there. Like there's a residue mousse leaves on your hair. Even with this one, like your hair is still moving. Can you see that? Like but it still did the work. But your hair is moving. It's still functional. So just try and use a product that does not change the state of your hair. Because if you use a product especially
straight hair.
Exactly. So now what we're going to be doing is cutting the ear tabs. Okay. So because the wig is over her ear tabs, we need to cut this part so that it lay right. So most people struggle with this part here. So I'm going to show you an easy way of doing that. So if I'm coming in front, can you hold this for me? So if only one you go through, also show bula mola, make sure that you see where your ear is. So we want to cut on top of the ear, not below, whatever. So open a line so that you can see exactly where you're working with. I can see this is where my ear is, so I need to cut by that line. That's at least your one way to cut. So now since I know where I'm cutting, we're gonna take our time. And then so now since now we've got that leeway of cutting at the back. We can pick it up and we see where we're working. You know what I mean? So now don't be stressed when you see hair coming out like this. This is excess lace. You don't need it, especially because Shreya Natasha is not big, so you don't need you don't need extra lace. I can see that it's not as big as most. So you see how the lace sits. Because it's not natural that your hair you know, most wigs so we don't want that. We want it to be a natural look that looks like it's your skin or your hair, right? So now as well. Because also you're a naturally beautiful girl. Artificial. It just doesn't look good, you know? So now we go to that side. We're going to do the same thing this side. Our comb. This is the new method because I normally just show it on my wig master classes, the in-person ones.
Yeah.
So I don't normally show this on camera, but it's just an easier way to just cut your lace. I'm going to come this side actually because I feel like it will say. There we go. Okay, happy with that. This is literally what our parents meant. There we go. I'm looking right at it, don't worry. Okay. Happy with that. Let's see where our wig is sitting. Is your ear comfortable?
Straight now here on my forehead.
You see, that's the thing. Why are they using that straight? That comb. Hot comb.
And you get that straight one, yes.
That has a yes. You know, you can get the same results by using a hairdryer with that. So I don't get. We'll address all those things because Okay, so now we are here. Our wig is sitting well. Both sides are good. I'm just going to look by the mirror side just to see where we're at. No? Do you see? Our wig is sitting down. It looks like your hair already. Okay, so now we're happy with where our wig is. I'm just going to brush it back. Now we are getting ready for our installation. So that was all the flyaways away from the front.
So when you install the wig on yourself, do you like having baby hair or you
No, I never put baby hair. So my main thing hair that looks like my hair.
Okay.
It looks like you know what I mean? So the minute I put baby hair on, for me it's not what I normally would do, so people would see right through it.
So you never ever put baby hair?
I hardly put.
I feel
think
weird
like
without baby hair.
Let's see how that goes. I don't even think I know how to do baby hairs, but I'll do simplistic
No, I want to see your way.
My way of doing baby hair.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see.
No baby hair. But
definitely no baby hair today.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. I'm happy we are aligned. Okay, so right? What we're going to be doing now, try your best not to move your wig. Your wig needs to stay in this exact position. Ne? So that means glue somewhere here. So if you're not sure about where you're going to be putting your glue or where your wig is going to be, by just looking, you can use a liner or something that's just going to just give you a way. Okay, so now I know this is where the hair ends. It's just about 1 centimeter over this side. And this side I'll probably have to pull it a little bit, but it's just 1 centimeter as well. Okay, so now I'm gonna go in and move the wig back like that. I'm not moving the entire wig, I'm just literally moving the lace so that I have space for my glue. Okay, any flyaways, take those away. I'm like,
trying to move it.
Okay.
Thank you.
So now I'm going to wipe again and clean story of our lives of today. I think the main thing to understand today is make sure that your scalp is clean. And the only reason I'm going again with the cleaning is that if you've got oily skin, your skin at this time might have produced extra oils that we did not get, so we just need to repumule happy at the time, because I know I sweat a lot. So by the time I do this, so I need to just go back again and just wipe. Okay, so we're going to be using wig glue. Natasha was so worried about wig glue. So we're going to be using wig glue. So wig glue and lace spray is two different things. So wig glue is glue that is made for lace. So it's lace glue. It's much more harder, it lasts longer, but you just need to know how to use it well. Don't use too much glue, don't use too little glue, okay? I'm going to be using what they call a ragtail comb. I got this from Dischem. I would rather you use a metal textured device to do your installations. Plasticky asebeza, I see some people using this here, but the thing is the gunk gets much more, it's more complicated to work with this than this. If this was
I
steel,
usually use this,
so because that's parallel, there's too much glue on it, it becomes really a mess to work with. So if you're using something metal, so if you find something like this with metal, it'll work fine. Okay. But the main thing is the metal, so I'm used to using a ragtail comb. Yes. The thing is, I've installed wigs so much that I've noticed, and I'm like, oh, okay, you know, because I've been using everything, and I've noticed that there's these little things that add on to your installations that will make your installation from 0 to 100. But if you do it, I promise you. I know this is a bit harder to work with. I get it, because that is easier. It's like a knife of some sort. So what we're doing, the first layer of wig, so we're going to be doing only 3 layers. So depending on how many layers of, how long you want your wig to last, it will determine the layers of glue you want to use. So you can literally go from anything from 3 to even 7 layers, depending on how long you want your wig to last. So I'm just doing a very thin layer on this first one, and the only reason is that I'm just doing it as a foundation of our installation of our wig. So hagabatli to put too much, we're building it up, let's call it that. We are building our glue up. So we're building it from less glue, and then Hanseria, we're going to add a little bit more than we did the first time, etc., etc. So what I'm doing now is, this extra thingy, I'm just basically distributing it. So in the next part, I'm going to put much more dots, if you'll call it that, and we're going to go much more back. So this is just basically a canvas that we're working with, so that when the second one goes on, it grips properly and it activates well. So the first layer is actually quite easy because there's no glue at the bottom. The minute it's going to mess everything up. So you need to make sure that once that distributing of glue, don't go again with your comb, because it's going to lift it up. We don't want that. It's going to make it a mess.
Oh, so just leave it. Go once
and leave it. Okay. So the second time now, so
what happened now? Can we get a close up? What happened?
It's very little. You won't see that much. So glue in a. So we don't want, there we go. So we don't want that.
Okay.
That we don't want. So I always go back again and clean the device that I'm working with, so that when I go on the second layer, it doesn't touch the first one. There's a way of installing or putting on the second layer in order to not hinder what we put at the bottom. Okay, so now we're clear. You can't see glue anyway. So now you know you're ready for your second layer. Hairstyle, it's not even about. So now I'm happy with where we're at. We're going to go in with the third layer. This is the third and final layer. I typically go in with just a little bit more than I did on the second layer, but not too much.
So how long would this last?
This can last anything. Do you go to gym every day?
Not every day.
Okay, so, and you say your skin is combination, and for heading it's a bit dry, right? It's drier than the middle. So you can last a good 7 days with this wig. 7 days? Yeah, 7 days, with days where you're actually going to be...
7 days?
Yeah.
Not like a week?
Yeah.
7
days wearing a wig where you don't even you have to probably, like, there's going to be a day more lift medical siding, and you'll just put a bit of, you know. Yeah, so lifting definitely probably going to happen, but if it's installed correctly like I'm doing now, it should not lift, depending on how Orobala Jwanka wiki. There is a video coming up showing you guys how to sleep with a wig. So now we almost dry.
So over camera molene, and then orobale like 8 hours.
What do you mean?
Like the tutorial. How
No, I just show you how to not sleeping down. No, you being
No, before and
no, don't be funny. It's not that one. It's just me showing you
how to tie it. Okay.
To me. So I'm happy with how we're looking. We are clear. We look good. You see how it looks like. There's no white patches or whatever the case. This is when you know that your wig is your glue is ready, right? The only reason also why we do not install our wigs honale white or when our glue is not dry is because if your glue is not dry, your lace is so thin, right? And then obobeya lace ya hodima glue emetsi, that glue is gonna seep through your hair and then it will a ball. So you don't want your glue to touch your hair. You want the glue to just end by the lace. That's the main thing. The minute it seeps through, and we don't want that. So now we're going into the installation. I'm just gonna come in front here. Just hold the lace. There's gonna be flyaways. Don't panic. So I normally start in the middle. Make sure that it's there.
Can you help?
No, not yet. I'll tell you now. Let's see first. Okay, just hold it on the side here. More hair is on the lip. So now it's easy for me to install because the lace is clear. So I don't press too hard. I just because it's still wettish, but it's still not white. Like it's not bad enough. Can you feel it already?
Yeah.
Okay, so you don't have to hold it. It's okay. There we go. We're good. Thank you. So now we're just basically making sure that it is laid. Hair dryer, and now dry it some more. Okay. There is this new thing of babies that double melting. Double melting works where I'm gonna melt now. After I'm gonna go in and melt again. So that double melting method helps melt it that much more.
How do you do it?
So before I cut or do anything, I'm gonna melt it.
Oh, I see.
For about 5 minutes. It doesn't have to be like 10-15 minutes or whatever, like the next step. So we melt it, we're gonna go back again and cut the entire thing. But we're not gonna go in now because we need to make sure that it's completely dry. So I'm gonna keep on just pressing on it to make sure that it's stuck properly. Like that. Is the wig comfortable? It's not itchy.
It's comfortable.
It's comfortable. Okay, I'm gonna go in with hairdryer one last time. I didn't go for long that time there. So now I'm gonna get low lama, but it's not gonna be too tight. This is now the first melting part now. So you can use this. You can use a silk duke as well to actually melt. I'm not going to make it too tight for now. I'm just going to leave it like that. Now we're going to leave this for about 5 minutes for it to stick. That's the main thing with this, to make it stick. Do the melting method, put a bit of got to be on it, and then we lay it down and we're going to just style it. I'm going to be back with the main look afterwards. Ne? So with HD lace, I'm going to HD lace in a lady it's not straight. It's, so as time goes by, when you have your HD lace, it does that itself.
Yes,
so already it doesn't have a straight finish.
Yes.
Okay. So personally, with an HD lace, I prefer you cut not straight, but zigzag-ish, but very far from it being zigzag. Does that make sense? So closer to straight than it being zigzag.
Zigzag, okay.
Because as lacy, it's a Maya with the HD lace, it does that thing and it's going to be fine. Okay. So I basically hold it. So what I do with lace, can you feel that I'm fooling it? So, okay, pula so, and then the scissor does the work for me. So it literally just does its own shape, but it's not zigzag, but it's not straight either. I'm explaining it so horribly, but I'm sure it would make sense to somebody. So it's not straight, but it's not zigzag. So ki hula lacy, ki akata, ki hula lacy, ki akata. So inze ya fela fase so, ne? Is that hair?
Right. Thanks, girl.
Okay. So now I'm gonna go in here as well. Cut, 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 cut. I'm far away from the skin, and also we don't want to remove too much of the hairline.
Sure. I also feel the time, ne?
How so milled? You haven't done anything, and it's already like your hair. It looks like Natasha Thahane with 28 inches of hair on her head.
Because of you.
So you're gonna go on the other side as well. Okay, let's do it from this side here. Cut, 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 cut. Okay. Take your time with it. I'm so happy with how this came out. It looks good, it looks neat. The flyaways are going to be there because now that product probably is evaporating. I'm going to go in again with it. But so far so good. We look really good. There are parts here that are lifting a bit because we did not have any glue on there. Hakaya fatse hahuluka glue. So these parts here, we're just going to fix it with a little bit of glue. Just even 1 or 2 layers of glue, not too much. It's very easy to just close those patches. So normally when you're doing your installation, this normally happens because so how we do that, I'm going to now decant again this glue a bit because we don't want a lot of glue here now. So I'm just going to make sure that the hair is out the way with this. So getting all these little gadgets help, guys, like the pinning and they really do help with your installation because it helps, you know, manage the hair, etc, etc. So I'm just pulling the hair down. So try and not put any glue on the lace when you're doing this, because hard glue is lacy, that means it's and then it's a mess. Okay, so I'm happy with where we're at with this. I'm just going to make sure that it's dry. You see, it was very easy. Literally one layer, kapele, it's fine. It's not going to do anything because we're going to go in with spray. The lace spray just to cover everything up. Okay, I'm gonna go in with some hot air because now it's dry. I think this is much better than a hot comb. Okay. Happy with where we're at. Now we are going into what they call melting your lace. 2 reasons why we melt our lace. I don't know what happens when we put got to be or lace spray on a lace. It just makes everything look better. So because lace has it's got a lot of holes in it. We put the lace spray on it. That lace spray basically fills those holes on, and it looks like a straight canvas. So it looks much more hidden, right? And it also helps with sealing the front of your lace because that line of sometimes it really helps just smooth that out. The only problem that where you see a problem is because people take the spray and put it directly on the hairline. Also, this part easily. Like I said, you know, tape, it's laminated because of so much product on there. My main thing when you're wearing a wig, Natasha, like open a line, you know what I mean? So that's the main thing we want, for it to look like your hair. So if now you've got lacy, onalidi spray and everything here, it doesn't look realistic. It doesn't look like your own hair. It looks like a wig.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we're confused. So the main thing of doing that is using the same method I did with the bowl cap, taking your product, putting it on a surface, and then only putting product. I'm about to show you how.
They're confused, you know.
Okay.
You're confused. I woke up like this.
This bag. Oh no, you did, definitely. This hair looks stunning. I think color how you need to, when you get wigs, color.
And this is actually my color, you know. This is, I think,
this color makes sense.
And when I'll highlight the blonde and then
Yes, this is your because like the wig is a black hair, they don't suit me as much as colored wigs. Funny enough. So now
highlight straightening now, like sometimes I feel weird having a black wig on.
And then that's the thing. So we're gonna do the same thing that we did just now on the lace. So I'm taking the product, I'm putting it on the lace itself. I'm not going in with hairdryer yet. I'm transferring the product now. So I want the lace to disappear before Ngaya. So when I see that the lace has disappeared, sorry. So you need to make sure that your comb is clean because glue excess. So just constantly wipe your comb and work on a clean surface. I think the theme of today is cleanliness. It's a show because you're gonna have a wig over. Okay, so now we're gonna do the same thing again. It's just gonna be more clearer because this lace is very HD. So I'm taking the product, I am laying it on here. So once it's laid on the hair, on the hair itself, it's laid up. I'm gonna go in with the heat. I'm gonna use my cleaning equipment again as I hair dry because I need to remove the excess glue.
Do you need help?
I'm good, thank you.
You can
just close it for me, yeah. Okay. So what I'm gonna be doing is I've got my product on here. I'm gonna hair dry as I go. Ne? So most people know extra product or something that I don't need. Okay, so I'm gonna now go and like you did. It's gonna be a little bit tight, okay? I'm so sorry. So we're gonna now lay it for about 15 minutes.
Then you can listen to the 15 minutes, 5 minutes.
15 minutes as you do your the makeup and the main thing, you're gonna be having this on your head.
Oh, okay.
I just want to hair dry the back, but basically this is the end of the installation. So when you're done like this, you're done installing. So another trick I like doing, depending on if the band is holding you or not, you are gonna just fold it to the part more lacy like weight how thing, but we don't need to do that here because it's holding properly. So if you feel like it's not holding the glue or affected part properly, just fold it. Just double it and make sure that it's holding where we need it. It also has 2 minutes. And then we are good to go. So I will see you guys. Well, Natasha will see you with the final look when we're done, but so far we're good.
So far, so good.
Well done. Okay. And guys, we've reached the end of the video. We have done a full wig installation. Please don't forget to comment down below. Let me know all your questions. And this is
Natasha Thahane.
It's a great thing here.